Good afternoon and welcome back to the final of the EJCT Braehead Intu Braehead curling tour. We have some very high quality games this afternoon. Two finals, the boys and the girls. On the boys we have for Scotland playing the Red Stones is Team Bruce Mouat, and for Switzerland playing the Yellow Stones in sheet 5 we have Team Neunschwander. On sheet 6 we have two girls teams. Playing Red Stones is the Swiss team of Mane, and playing Yellow Stones is the Scottish team of Gina Aitken. Good luck to all teams, and the first stones have just been thrown. Bruce has the hammer, and the Swiss team have just played a close guard, I think.
This is a rematch of Toon 2012 between Bruce and Neunschwander, so should be a good game. As I understand, that game was actually quite close in Toon.
Angus Dill playing lead stones for Bruce. Keen curler from Forfeit. Curled for many years, come up through the under-17s in Scotland. Bruce Mouat is part of the Royal Caledonian Curling Club Academy squad. He's one of the gold teams. They're one of the best junior teams in Scotland just now.
He'll be looking to get to the Scottish junior final.
They've had a great weekend so far. They come out top of their section. They had a good game this morning, which we saw in sheet 4. That's a nice hit and roll by the Swiss there.
Again, we'll probably see that again more throughout the game. They're low weight hit and rolls.
They're very good at it.
Been playing it well all weekend.
Playing sometimes just enough weight for the stone to go over the back line. Don't use excessive weight when it's not necessary.
See Angus Dill coming down on top of the rail here. It's a very nice shot
from Angus there. Playing the first second stone for the Swiss team is Sergio Gobi. They're looking to try and bump these front stones here.
Be a nice battering weight, I think. Maybe even a bit less than that.
As we saw earlier on, the sheet 5 had a nice swing.
Of course, the Icemen have been on in between games, trying to get it prepped. Don't think he's too far away from this.
It's looking quite good. I think that's kind of what they were looking for.
Got a wee bit of separation between the red and yellow now. Bruce will be looking just to
Playing
tap his red up and maybe tap the
Yeah.
yellow to the back of his forefoot.
Playing the second stones for Bruce is Derek Sloan, Murrayfield Curling Club.
He's at Union Aberdeen at the moment, so he's doing most of his training up there.
Looks as if that's just hanging out a wee bit more than Bruce expected.
Is he not a bit heavy? I think he was a bit heavy for the shot he was asked for. Looks as though Neunschwander will ask for the guard and get a bit more cover.
is the Swiss team that won the Swiss Juniors last year. They went to the Worlds. So they're very, very experienced. They know what they're doing in a curling rink. Well matched against Bruce, who's had several international tournaments.
Bruce is going for this run back here. He might even move most of the yellows. A fair bit of weight of this.
Sweepers were on straight away there.
It's a very nice shot there from Derek.
Shot from Derek. Hopefully one of those yellows will roll out. Yeah.
Very nice
That's
shot.
really nice there.
Even got the red in behind the guard.
I think that's a definite 4 out of 4 in the coach's stats there.
I think Colin was pretty happy with that.
Team coach Colin Morrison looking after them. Worked with them last year as well. More than capable. He was a good curler at one point as well. Was a nice attempt there from the Swiss.
Went too far away with that. I think Bruce might call a hit. Yep.
Bruce seems to want to make a play in this swing here. Wing it.
His team just seem undecided.
Bruce has got a very experienced player at 3, Duncan Menzies. Been curling for a long time.
He obviously went off to the Youth Olympics a
Youth
few years
Olympic
ago
Games.
with the Team GB.
There has a massive of international experience. Skipped his own team until 2 years ago when he came on board with Bruce.
It's a very nice shot there from Duncan.
That's a great shot from Duncan.
Didn't quite get the roller open for there. Just ended up catching it in the nose. I think we'll see Duncan play a hit and roll to the wing. Try and keep the house split. Sweeper's on this quick.
Yep.
I think I might be swinging too much.
Angus and Derek, a very formidable front end. Really good sweepers.
Didn't quite get the roll. Again, just catching the nose. I think the sweeper saved him a bit there. Neunschwander's looking at maybe a hit and roll over. Angle's quite steep for the double to try and lie around as well.
We'll be hoping to try and get the double here. Cut Bruce down. didn't just quite get the angle he was looking for.
See Bruce split the house now.
Bruce will get a chance here. Split the house, keep them nice and level. And he'll be looking good for his 2 in the first end. We're hoping to keep these 2 stones as level as they can. The Swiss team can't attempt the double. Just a wee bit heavy, slipping to the back of the tee.
Neunschwander now has a chance to take a double off that. Or at least that hit.
He's normally quite confident at going for these kind of shots. Doesn't normally think twice. Here comes the attempt on the double here. Sweepers aren't just coming on it just now. A lot of weight here. And he's got the angle quite nicely.
Very nice shot there from Andre Neunschwander. Push now forced to blank this end.
Yep. I think Bruce will be quite happy with that for the first end.
Well, I would think you want to get hammered down the evens, so
Blank here. Not quite happy with that.
try and get his 2 next end.
Yep.
Nice shot there from Bruce.
Nice shot from Bruce. Blank the end. Dead easy. Two teams will break off and have their wee mid-end conflab.
The tops that you see Team Mouat wearing were actually designed by their skip while he was working as an iceman in Murrayfield. Just got pen and paper, designed them, sent them away to our company and got them made. I have to say I quite like the design myself.
Quite nice. A good advantage for Bruce having the ice technician experience at Murrayfield. Gives him an insight into another side of the game. Swiss starting off with a close guard here.
Bruce calling for the corner guard here, obviously trying to get us to. Might see a bit more draw in this end.
Guard just slipping maybe a wee bit closer than Bruce would like.
Still there for a wee split.
Swiss are making their play around the centre guard here.
Still needs to swing a bit here. It's coming nicely though.
Have to get quite a finish to get it covered. Yeah, that's a nice shot there. Nice finish there. Bruce wanting to sit in top 4, just next to the yellow. Angus is second stone.
Duncan and Derek working this one hard.
That's a great shot from Angus there.
Good team stone there.
Team have been playing really well this weekend.
Still undefeated so far.
This is their second season together. Start their second season together.
Neunschwander just choosing to get rid of this corner guard here.
I think that stone will just be slitting out the side there.
I think he just rolled a bit more than he was wanting. Just to let you know about the scores on the sheets. The girls' final, that was a blank in the first end between Manny and Aitken. And then the boys' 3-4 game between Bar and Hosser. Bar took a 1 in the first end.
Nice shot from Derek there.
I think he bumped it a wee bit more than they were hoping. Just moved it a little bit behind the tail line. Not sure what he's going to play here. Might run that guard back. He thought about it. He's now choosing to play a battering weight and tap it back. Things are a wee bit tight here. And light. Overcurled and was well lighter than he was hoping. He was asked for battering.
Interested to see what Bruce's call here will be. Maybe a guard.
Well, he's still trying to get us 2 at the end. We're a bit
He's
too close together at the moment.
I think Bruce only thinks that he's line 1, so.
looking to come around and sit in top 8. He obviously thinks he could be able to, later on in the end, come around the guard and tap back the yellow a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just get a bit of cover on those reds. I think they might need to go here. Looks like it's going to swing.
Might just be able to squeeze this past.
Past.
I think it's more weight than he was expecting. It should still be -2 though.
It's not a bad shot.
This is hoping to clear these guards. Maybe perhaps take some of the reds as well.
It's worked out well for them. Did move one off the top of the forefoot.
Definitely opened up the end more now. Bruce is only line 1 now, so behind the tee. So
Bruce might run that red on the top of the forefoot, back onto the yellow and roll over. That's the one he's looking at.
Thinking of it, yeah.
Yep. I think that might be the right shot.
I think it's called hack weight there. Or he could just come and sit directly on top of the yellow.
I think Duncan might talk him into. Oh, nope, he's going for the drop. Duncan usually likes his hits. On the way down, sweepers are holding off at the moment. Right now, looks a wee bit heavy.
He'll not be wanting to shift this yellow too far back.
It's a pretty good shot from Duncan.
Lose Bruce line 3. There's a couple of options for takeouts for the Swiss team.
The angles aren't really on for the triple though.
He is wanting to take something though.
He'll probably lose the yellow.
This might jam. He's just checking out his angles here. Trying to work out what he can do.
I think he's looking to hit this one on the nose.
I think that should get him the double. As you say, he might lose his back yellow.
Super's on this. I don't think he's far away. Yep, he lost the back yellow.
Didn't quite get rid of the first red either.
He's also now levelled up the reds.
The shooter's held on the wings though.
Just now looking at the freeze on the yellow, it's biting the 12.
Leaves Bruce in quite a strong position.
I don't think Bruce will be too happy with his stones behind the tee line though. And good position is for Neunschwander to get a freeze on there. Don't think he's too far away from this. Nice weight, just didn't have the line. Neunschwander just looking at either hit and roll here or trying to take a double. Cut Bruce down. Obviously his first stone off the end. Super's on it right away. Think he might be swinging too much. Still leaves Bruce with a hit and roll to lie through.
I think just one of the sweeper sliders there caught the ice at an angle, just left a wee score. Swasser just making sure it's cleaned up right.
Super's working this hard. He's on his way down. Don't think he's too far away from the roll. There might be a triple opportunity here, or just a hit and roll. He doesn't want to roll too far over. There's a gap there between the reds. Leave Bruce a chance for his 3. He's going for the hit and roll here, but he's just rolled through the gap. Bruce has a draw for a 3 here. What, 2 here, sorry.
Left Bruce to draw for the 2. I think that'll be a disappointing result for the Swiss. I think he's been hoping to stick around there.
Played quite a bit away though. So we're just keeping control of this, keeping it clean. Yep, that's a 2. Nice shot from Bruce.
Yep, nice 2 in the back, that's what you'd be looking for. With a hammer on the even end. Colleen has a team huddles now.
Teams didn't have much of a break between their semi-finals and the final today. Might be watching the last few ends for a bit of fatigue, but hopefully that shouldn't happen. Expecting a good game. Bruce just asking for a top 4 here. Obviously 2 up. Wants to keep control of the game. I think he was asked for a corner guard there. Just slipped into the house. Mitchell just hit and roll to the centre line now.
Just need to make sure they don't over curl here, but I think they're okay. Quite a low weight shot there from Angus. Nice enough.
Not a bad result. Angles are quite nice on them.
Again, the Swiss asking for a guard. He'll be hoping to keep it short of the house this time. Bruce straight away calling her up in the guard. Team coach is making notes furiously about that.
It's a bad miss there from Derek.
It's not like Derek at all. Still, Stones are quite badly positioned here, but I don't think the Swiss are in a position to be taking the double, really.
I think we're looking at one of those controlled weight hit and rolls that we're talking about.
On sheet 6 in the girls' final, the second end was also blanked by the Swiss team. So it's still 0-0 and they're started the third end now.
Bruce just calling for the hit here. Don't think we want to roll anywhere. Just a hit in the nose. Keep the red split.
Not quite managed to hold the shooter there. A couple of misses from both teams this end. A few slack shots.
Looking to join behind here. Seabirds are working it hard. Think he might get an overswing. Pop out the other side.
Only just in the house.
Bruce again electing to rip the guard. Not sure what the call is here. He's asking for the guard again. Obviously trying to get his two back. I think he's a bit heavy with that.
Bruce just working out which hand to take here. Duncan, Menzies and Hack. Not just holding on to the shooter. Not just the shot the team were hoping for. Swiss team now like to hit Bruce's other red. Or well, now he's thinking about guard. He's decided to go with the guard.
Obviously thinks he can get a bigger end here. Bruce will be looking to just rip the guard or run it back and try and pick the one in the house as well. Just ripping the guard won't be the end of the world though. Supers are on it. Yep, just rip the guard. I think I might see the hit and roll here. Just try and keep the house split.
Yeah, I think he'll be realistically looking for his 2 now.
Stone's on its way down. Supers are just keeping it clean. Sweeping now. Going now. Might be swinging a bit too much. Nope. Nice shot. We should be looking for the double here. Over on the 3-4 game between Grant Bar and Hosser. Grant was took his 1 again in the third to make it 2-all. And over on the girls' final, Manny again blanking the third end. Quite a bit of weight here from Bruce. Don't think it's going to curl enough. No. Neunschwander got the draw for 2. Don't know what he's looking at though. More the hand to play it.
Maybe he wants to have some back in there. Maybe not confident in his weight.
Don't think he's played many draws yet, has he?
No.
Super's just keeping this one clean. Looks good. Yep. It's a 2. Got its 2 back. So after 3 ends, it's 2-all. Any comments on the game so far, James?
It's been a good tight game so far. I'm sure it'll develop into a very close game. There's been some good shots, but I'm sure there'll be some tighter ends coming up. It's been quite reasonably clear so far. Well, in reply to Lioness, who's just emailed us, unfortunately I didn't get my KFC because we were told we had to be back here in time for our commentating, so I had some lovely soup and rolls from the ice rink, and I'll be heading straight to KFC after this game. That's the first stone from the Swiss, just right through I think.
That's a bad shot.
Just about.
Bruce calling the corner guard here. Go for another aggressive end.
Yeah, just jump straight into the aggressive tactic I think. Maybe try and get myself a couple of shots clear at the fourth end break.
Ice seems to be good.
Over on sheet 6, the third end was also blanked by the Swiss team, but now Gina has managed to get herself line 4 behind the tee. Very, very delicate situation there. Swiss will have to be careful. And in the boys 3-4 playoff, it's 2-all between Scotland and the Swiss teams.
Bruce just asking for the freeze there. Didn't grow quite enough. The weight was nice enough. Make you see I just had tap back here.
I've noticed the Swiss skip there tapping his hip a few times to indicate a weight. I'm not sure what weight that is. Maybe some sort of back rink weight. But the stone's taking quite a swing here.
Sweepers are working this one. I think he might be on the guard.
I think that's just going to catch the guard there. He's getting a roll in the shooter, which isn't too bad.
Bruce asking for a hit and roll in front of the stones that are on the tee line. Just curled a bit too much. High on the nose, lying top of the 8 foot. Neunschwander has a bit of a decision to make here. What to go for. I think he might play a tap back on the reds. He's got on the red and the tee line. He's got to do something with it. Neunschwander calling the sweepers off there. Got him one now though. Swinging a bit now. Bit unlucky there. I'm just going to call the hit and roll over it. Try and keep those reds split. Remember, do keep your questions coming in, or comments, at
live@carolbraehead.co.uk. Get Gary here asking in the emails and switching the cameras for us. Swiss team here, trying the hit and roll. Don't know if he's just got his line right though. Not quite. Bruce going out and hit and try and get out to the wing. Duncan Menzies in the hack. Bruce didn't just quite get the role he was looking for there, but Swiss team again trying to hit and roll to the centre.
Been a bit of a cagey game so far. Not many guards in play. I'm sure after the fourth end break we'll get a bit more exciting curling.
Don't think he's going to get his roll to the centre here at all. He'll be lucky to save his shooter here. It's not the best shot there from the Swiss team.
I think we might see Bruce draw it, yep. Draw over in front of the yellow.
Wings, Duncan's second shot. Looking okay shot here for Duncan. Sweeper's just finishing it off. Get a wee rest in the backman. Ideal. Swiss team waiting their skip returning from a quick comfort break.
Taking the time anyway. Not sure what you call here.
He seems straight away and like doesn't like those two, the red at the back, jammed to the yellow. Perhaps try and make a play in both.
Difficult angle on them though. Can't really take your shooter onto it and you can't drive the red onto it. Sure, he's going to go aggressive, he could draw behind, but
over in sheet 3, Grant Barr in the 3-4 playoffs just played a lovely tap there to lie 2. Swiss team have the last stone to play. They'll be doing well to get a shot out of this, so tough shot for them.
Just see Bruce with a wee hit and roll here, I think, just to stay line to it.
Nice shot from Bruce there.
Grant Barr on the 3-4 game managed to get a steal of a 1 in that end. So that's him 3-2 up going into the fourth end break. I think Neunschwander's just going to go for a hit and roll here. Don't know if he'll be able to lie shot out of it though. Certainly cut him down.
Don't know, would you try a draw yourself behind it?
Well, I can't see him getting shot out of the hit and roll, to be fair.
I think I'd be tempted to do the draw. As much as you've got a big chance of losing the 3.
Unless he's trying to go for the double. It's quite a hard double though.
I don't think he's... Well, I might still get the angle for the double yet. That was unlucky there.
Hard lines.
Good attempt.
Bruce now got a draw for 2.
Draw for a 2. Himself 2 up going into the fourth end break. During the fourth end break we've got a Royal Caledonian Curling Club Academy coach here sitting with us, who's only a spectator this weekend, but he's going to give us a few comments on what's been happening, what he's seen. So Bruce is just getting ready to go with his draw here.
Sweepers are working this one hard. Just need to get a bite in the 12. It looks okay.
That's a nice shot from Bruce there.
So that's Bruce got his 2, 4-2 up, going into the fourth end break.
So the teams will go off now and have a wee chat with the team coach.
Just like to welcome Ian Fraser, who's a RCA technical coach. Ian, in the 2 years that you've been a technical coach, how do you feel the level of junior curling has improved?
I think I've been very impressed with the standard of players that are coming through the academy, and also talent level beyond that. You see the technical aspects at a very, very high level for me. and the results of Scotland last year at the World Championships when Kyle and his team won gold, and Hannah just missed out in defending her title with a silver to follow up from a bronze, reflects a high and healthy standard of Scottish junior curling.
So what has your impression been of the ice this weekend?
Well, I've just arrived here today, and I think the ice is keen. James is a part of the curling coach that's based out of Braehead, and we've been impressed with the standard of ice. It's running keen, swings both handles, and some of the stones are finishing off beautifully behind the guards, so I think the players will be happy with the standard of ice that's been produced this weekend.
How do you feel the game's going so far?
I'd echo your own comments here, Robin, that it's a very tight game. There's been a notable lack of guards in the first 4 ends of the final so far. Both teams have managed to take their twos quite comfortably between second, third and fourth ends. For me, the important factor is that Bruce's team are going to have last stone in the even ends, which over an 8 end game they'll be looking to force the Neunschwander to take his win in the fifth, get that crucial 6 ends last stone advantage, and then hopefully dominate that leading into the 8th and final end. That for me could be the most important factor at the halfway stage, on top of the 2-shot lead they have at the moment.
So do you think we'll see a tactical change from both teams after the half-time break?
I think more from the Swiss team. They're going to have to kind of chase it a wee bit more. They'll only be 2 down, but as I say, with just the positioning of the ends they'll be conscious of, and I think their team coach will be encouraging them. They'll just have to manage to try and steal somewhere along the line to give themselves a better chance of victory.
Okay, thank you, Ian.
You're very welcome.
So over on sheet 3, the boys 3-4 playoff has just resumed after the 4th end break. It's a Grant Parr from Scotland playing Switzerland, the team of Hauser. Currently 3-2 to Grant Parr. And they're starting off, as we said earlier, Grant's got a young team this year, but he's been very experienced throughout Scotland. He's played a lot of the competitions at under 21 and under 17 level. He's got a very well known family from Kinross, so hopefully he'll do well in years to come. The Swiss team are just getting ready to go in the boys final here. We'll be getting go, and over on the girls final in sheet 6 there has been a score in the 4th end of 1 to the Swiss team, so that's 1-0. First 3 ends were blanked and only a 1 in the 4th end, so a very close game, and I think there'll be some more scores there in the second half of the game, definitely. But
obviously Bruce is trying to use a stalling tactic here, just taking as long as possible in the halfway break. Either their coaches give them a raw looking for something that he's seen, or they need the toilet. But yeah, it's been a good game. Just hoping for a bit more stones in play, a bit more excitement.
I think that's Bruce's team coming back to the ice now. The Swiss team are standing ready to go. Bruce's team coach taking a comfort break, first few stones this end, I think. So they've had their drink and their sweeties, and they'll get back on the ice. Very focused team. They know what they're out to do, and they know how to do it. So they're all doing the high fives, getting ready to go.
I've noticed Team Mouat have a very good team dynamic going. There's no split between the front and the back end. Everybody's all got the same idea for what they want to do. They go out and just carry out the plan.
Swiss team calling for a guard here.
Obviously going to try and go out and play a bit more aggressive now. 4-2 down. Let's get back in the game.
Bruce's team coach returning to his post for the rest of the game. Getting his
Don't know what he's listening to though.
getting his iPod plugged up for some motivational music, I think. Keep him focused.
Looks as though the Swiss stone there must have picked up. Must be a wee bit of dirt on the ice. I think Bruce is calling for a tap back here. Or a wee split.
Maybe just a wee bit too much weight for this shot, I think.
Just a wee hit and roll there from Derek. Pushing his own stone out of play, but he's got one bite in the top 12, one bite in the back 12. I think Neunschwander is just going to call a draw around here. And no cover in play, so not many areas you can draw to it. Sweepers are on it now. Has he got the legs? It's not far away, I don't think. You still see about quarter stone though. So it was a nice shot. Looks like Bruce is calling the run back. Very close there from Derek. Wasn't very far away, but he has moved the stone on the top there. Opens it up a wee bit. So we're seeing Neunschwander putting on a guard. Just like to welcome Bastian Weiss, who plays in Team Hosser. You've played Bruce twice already this weekend. How do you feel he's playing?
Well, he came off pretty strong the first time we played him. He struggled a bit in the first game this morning. At times, he still beat us. Well, we didn't take our chances, but I think he is quite constant, and his level of curling is certainly well high for the reason. Even though it's quite early in the season.
Yeah. So do you feel like you'll be firm favourites here, or do you think there'll be a few turns in store here?
I can't really tell. I have not seen Team Neunschwander play at all this weekend, as they were playing at the same time as we were all the time, and we didn't face them in any game. But the fact that they are in the final two suggests that they have had quite a strong weekend. Also, from what I've heard from some other teams, so I can't really tell who's the favourite here, to be honest.
So a pretty level game then.
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Bruce just calling for the run back and try and pick it off the forefoot here. Very nice shot there from Duncan. Nice to run that back, pick the one off the forefoot and roll the shooter as well. Neunschwander will be struggling to get his two here. Neunschwander just electing to put the freeze in the back one here, but I think they might be a bit short. Sweepers are sweeping anyway. Just coming into the top of the forefoot. Not ideally placed where they want it to be. Bruce just asking Duncan to hit and roll over. Should be a nice control weight here.
Sweepers were down straight away there. Obviously want to make sure this yellow doesn't go straight back. Want to keep the shooter as well. It's pretty much where they wants to be. Nice shot there from Duncan. Leaves them line two. Swiss team call the freeze.
Neunschwander just asking for the freeze here again, come up short. Obviously not paying attention to the changes in the ice conditions. Bruce just asking to maybe play a hit and roll here, try and roll it right over, or just peel it off. I think he's going for a hit and roll here. Certainly swinging. Bit of a unlucky result there. He's still lying 2 in the house though. I think Neunschwander's just going to look at taking the double here and trying to lie around. Unlucky there. Shooter just rolling out and jamming on the back one. Won't be too happy with that. He's got a tough call here. He might call a draw on the top of the 8 foot. Yep. Draw top of the 8 foot. Make the quite a tricky hit. Or a very hard draw round. Try and block up the line in. Okay. Stone's on its way down. Sweeper just stand off at the moment. Don't think he's far away from this. It's a very nice shot from Bruce.
That's pretty much where he wants to be. Really nice weight there.
I think Neunschwander will play the draw here. Draw for his 1.
He's got his back in there if he needs it. But he's right enough areas, but as well taking a bit of extra ice. Make sure he's past the front man.
Stone's on its way down here, just keeping it clean. It's a nice shot there from the skip. So after 5 ends, that's 4-3 to Bruce Mouat. Still a very cagey game, not much in the way of stones in play. That might change this end. Neunschwander will be trying to probably steal here, since it's the 6th end.
Yeah. Bruce having a quick chat with his team, then just heading down. Get on with the game. Not really much to talk about for Bruce, just keep playing the way he is. Taking when they've got hammer.
Bruce himself hasn't really missed much this game. A very composed player. Neunschwander calling the centre guard there. Just didn't seem to swing as much as they thought it would.
Struggling for weight a wee bit as well. Bruce just drawn to the wings. Keeping it simple.
I have to watch this. Does swing a lot from the centre line out. It's going now. Seems to have picked up there, or hit a flat spot.
Shame not really where Bruce wanted it. Swiss opting to come round the guard. No, he's wanting another guard.
Try and get his double guard up, then go round it. More chance of getting a steal here. Won't want this too far in. Seems to take a big dive at the end there.
It's just dipped into the house there. Just going for the hit and roll. Keep the centre open.
In the girls' final, fifth end, Gina Aitken took her one, so that's 1-1 after 5. In the boys' 3-4 game, the fifth end was blanked by Hosser, so it's still 3-2 to Team Bart. Bruce just asking for a hack weight here. It seems to go now. Seems to be a big swing on that hand.
Not quite as much of a roll as he was looking for, but Swiss team again opting for a hit and roll. That's definitely a shot they utilise the most, a hit and roll. Asking for a big weight this time though. Strike weight. Didn't just get the draw he was looking for there. Maybe the ice is starting to change a wee bit.
Bruce just choosing to rip this guard at the top here.
Over the weekend the ice has tended to change a wee bit towards the end of the game, so now that we're into the kind of last 3 ends,
Teams just need to stay on top of it.
Pebble will be starting to come off it. Bruce trying to rip the guards here. Lucky wee chip into the house.
Bit lucky there
Always
for
a
Team
bonus.
Neunschwander looking at the draw around.
Try and get behind. It's the only guard he's got left. Getting taken quite a lot of ice. Again, he's just not quite get the draw he's looking for.
Bruce thinking about running that yellow back and taking the one in the 4 foot as well. The hit and roll wouldn't be a bad goal either.
Bruce making a play in the double.
Good shot there from Derek. Has still left the guard though. Neunschwander's going to use it. He's coming in and try and come around again. Not far here with the straw, just needs to curl a bit more. Pretty good here, weight's fine. It's a good shot from Swiss team. Bruce just asking Duncan to run this guard back. It's a good shot by Duncan.
Nice shot there.
Redstone the house now covered by...
Still leaving the Swiss something to come behind, but I think by the look of it he's looking to make a play on it. I think it's possible an island stop Bruce taking the two this end.
I think he was hoping not to stay in the house. Bruce will now just split the house to lie two.
Yep, gives Bruce the chance, yeah. Duncan's last stone.
It doesn't look far away. Certainly in the house anyway. Just sweeping it back, trying to make the angle a bit more difficult for the double.
He's just opting for the hit and roll. Having a wee look at the angles.
I think the hit and roll in front would be a better choice.
Mm-hmm.
It is behind the tail line. More chance of getting a steal. Nope, just choosing to hit this one on the nose, I think. over on sheet 3 in the 3-4 game between Grant Bar and Hosser from Switzerland. Hosser took a 2 in the 6th end to go 4-3 up. Just curled a bit too much there. Just rolled right over it. Not a bad result.
I think the red might be line short there. Bruce is talking about. I think he maybe didn't want to put it behind it.
I'm just not sure what to go for here. You're thinking about a freeze. I think his team's talking about a hit and roll. Starting to swing now. Coming to the house. I think he might roll out though. No, he's okay. Good shot there from Bruce. Neunschwander's going to look at the double. Try and save this end. Nice shot there from Neunschwander. Taking the double. Bruce will just blank this end. Take hammered in the 7th. Bruce will most likely want hammered down the last, so I think can turn into a bit of a clearing game. So that was a blank there in the 6th end by Team Mouat. Could possibly see another blank in the 7th if they want hammered in the last.
I think they would be looking to keep hammer down the last. I think just a brief discussion there and Bruce the way up. I think that'll definitely be their aim to keep the hammer. girls' final currently stands at 1-all after 5 ends. And the 6th end just about to be completed. 2 more skip stones to come and that'll be it. There's the girls' final on screens now. It's the Swiss are lying 1 and Gina Aitken lies second shot. Gina's just trying to tap back here. Just trying to get the angle for it. It's a nice shot there from Gina. I think she might only be lying 1 there. So girls opting for the hit here. Try and hit for the 2, possibly a double for a 3. Here comes the skip stone. Normally a strong swing off the centre line in these sheets. I think the girls are experiencing it here. They've been on it sweeping from the start. Get through the guards. It's close. I think it's definitely 1 red. Possibly a 2. Not sure if they're going to put a measure on it or not. Having a good look. I think they're going to put a measure on it. Measure all 3, I think. No. Maybe they're going to have a measure on all 3 here just to confirm it. Certainly having a good look. Umpire Stuart Sutherland on his way with the measure. I think we'll switch back to the boys' final. See Bruce here. Angus style shot. Coming to clear in the yellow at front there. Heavyweight shot.
As we thought, probably not going to let the end build up. Blank this and take hammered in last. Swiss team just not getting the curl. They're holding for it. They're lying level.
Perhaps needing to make the adjustments when they're given the ice.
Bruce looking to run, probably rip this off. At least maybe pick it off in the button as well.
The measure's just been taken on the girls' sheet, the final. Just waiting, I'll confirm the score in a wee minute.
That's right, just rip the guard off.
Swiss going to try and get right into the nest there.
Pretty good shot if he makes it.
Try and keep control of the end. 1-0. confirm the girls' score. It was a 1 to Team Aitken. So that makes the scores 2-1 after 6 ends.
Nice shot there by the Swiss team. Right in the nest.
It's just where he wants to be. He's got good control over the end now, but
can't really clear those yellows in one go. Angles aren't quite set up. Probably looking to hit this on the nose. Try and get the upper hand. It's a good shot there by Derek. Neunschwander just asking for battering weight. Hit the round the nose and tap them all back. Over on sheet 3 in the 3-4 game, Bar was forced as 1 in the 7th end, so that's 4-all going down the last. Grant needing to steal to get the win. Good shot by the Swiss team there. Just having to clear this off. Could take both reds away as well. Duncan likes these kind of shots. Swinging a lot. Hasn't worked too badly for him. Got one bite in the 12 foot, one bite in the button. Pretty level as well. Neunschwander's just going to ask for a freeze on the one in the button, I think. He's looking at the hit and roll as well.
Swiss stone on its way up. Sweeper's getting called off there. Perhaps heavier than the skip was expecting. Leaves a double opportunity for Bruce. He's perhaps bumping his red to the back of the house as well.
Good shot if he makes this. Might possibly freeze
Very
on
accurate with his weight though.
Might possibly freeze on his red if he gets it right. Good shot there by Duncan.
Good shot to lead line 3.
think Neunschwander's looking at the freeze here. Or even, no, I'll have to tap it back. Try and sit in the wee nest there.
If he can get into the nest, he should be okay. But a tough shot for Bruce to get him out.
Not a bad shot there by Neunschwander. Bruce can't really do much with it. If you can hit it in the nose, he'll be lying straight on top of the yellow. What do you think, James?
I think it's very, very hard to get out where it is. Bruce is going to have to look at. I'm not sure there's any way he can get it out.
It's a nose, you not think you'd sit at the front and you might actually, if you hit it with weight, just on the nose, drive it back onto the right hand red. I think it might just, if it'll come, it'll nudge to the side.
I think the angles are too level. It won't get enough kick up the way to move up.
That's a timeout called.
Team out, just calling time out. So Colin Morrison will make his way down to give them his thoughts on what they should do.
What would you do then?
I think they've just got to kind of at least move the two reds that are on the tee line, just to move back a bit and sit on top of the yellow, right in the nose of it.
You're still lying on 4-3 us.
You don't want to put the guard on because
If you come down and just tap and nudge the two stones slightly apart.
I think you play kind of a barrier, hack barrier kind of weight. Catch the yellow in the nose, move the two reds and sit directly on top of the yellow.
Yeah.
I think that'd be your best option.
Then he's going to guard it if he's absolutely.
Yeah.
Interview the coach when he gets back.
And that's the umpire coming to tell him their timeout's just about up. He's got his stopwatch out. That's him finished. Colin will be running back into his laptop now, get the stats plugged in. Colin will be getting the stats plugged in for the shot now once they make their decision.
Still taking a bit of time over it. I think they're looking at putting a stone top of the 8 foot.
think the only time limitation is the Swiss team's flight at 4 o'clock. To be honest,
Team Mouat are playing for that at the moment.
it's a bad tactic if they are. No, it's been a good game so far. Very close. I think Bruce has made his decision now. If he gets his guard in the right position, it should be enough. But
I think they've elected to draw top 8 foot here. Probably looking at making it hard for Neunschwander to get the red off the button.
yep.
Supers are on it anyway. Don't think he's far away with this.
It's looking as if it's quite a nice weight.
Not sure if that's what they call it,
Tricky
but
shot.
it'd be hard to get shot out of it for Neunschwander.
He might be able to see enough of the yellow. Not sure. Because he won't need much weight. I think the red on the button will have to be moved, though. That's the thing with him.
He doesn't want to move it too far though, because if he moves it too far, you're losing a 4 or 5.
Mm.
Suggested here that he should come in off the wing.
That's a very risky shot.
That's the 3-4 game finished. Hosser took a 1 down the last end, so that finished 5-4. Good showing by Grant Barr and his young team. Done well this weekend, and well done to Team Hosser on getting third. Neunschwander taking a bit of time over this shot. Quite tricky to get right. Very technical. Can't move it more than an inch or two.
Comes a swish skip playing shot. I think he's elected to try and tap this yellow. Just move the head on the button just enough so that he can get himself into shot. One of the other Swiss coaches is suggesting coming in off the wing.
Supers are working this hard. Looks like it's swinging.
Can't be affording to move the red at the front there, at the top of the 4 foot. No, that's not worked.
Swinging too much.
Maybe try and get it the other way, but I don't think he'll get shot out it. Bruce will just be trying to get a 2 out it now.
We've just got to nick this. Move it a centimetre. Literally. Bruce is just looking to nick this. Supers are close. Calling him on now. Don't think he's far away.
He obviously won't want to move the yellow either.
I think it's a good shot.
Looks okay.
I think that's 2. That was a really good shot there by Bruce. That puts Bruce 6-3 up, going down the last end.
Girls finals back to Peels coming down the last end, 2-all. Gina with the hammer on the final end. Nice button draw for Angus there. Start the final end off.
If everything goes to plan, don't think this will take very long. Bruce just want to keep this pretty clear. Bruce just asking for a throw through in the second shot from Angus. Oh, Duncan. Duncan's taking the head because Bruce is away for a toilet break. Neunschwander just asked for another corner guard. He's trying to get a 3 bet this end. Could be quite tricky. That one just slipping into the 12th suit, I think. Just. Bruce just going to ask for the rip in the guard. Good shot there from Derek. Neunschwander just going to ask for another corner guard. Again, another rip on the guard. This looks like he's swinging. No, he's good.
The Swiss team have got to keep going, hoping for a mistake from Bruce now.
Bruce again just calling for the rip on the guard. She needs to keep running them out of stones now. Duncan just rolled over in front of his red. Don't think that was quite what he wanted. We were hoping to roll out with that one. Team might have missed very little this game. Been on good form.
Yep, just a reflection of the curling the whole weekend, I think.
Right?
Wait on nose.
Right. Oh dear.
A bit of a mistake there.
A shame for the Swiss team there.
Bruce will probably just rip off his own guard now. Yep, that's what it's going for. It's a bad miss by Duncan there.
I think that'll mark his stats down a wee bit, that shot.
You'll be disappointed with that one. Nice finding these 3 stones to count. Needs him in the house.
He's got to keep all of his last 3 in play. The Swiss skip starting to get quite animated.
Not sure about the call here.
Not sure about his call for this guard here.
He's needing 3 stones to count, but he's calling for this guard. Not sure about that one.
And that concludes the boys' final.
That's Bruce Mouat, winner of the EGCT Intu Braehead leg.
I think we're just going to switch over to the girls' game. Watch the back end of that. It's only 3 stones left, so you have 4 stones left. The score is 2-all. Team 8 can have the hammer.
Few guards in play here. And Gina just need now 1 for the win. Man needing her 1. Very close game. I think she'll come down and tap this up, or maybe a guard here. I think it's going to guard. She looks okay, might need to swing a wee bit. Probably still get to that.
I think they've left a port there for that Gina to get into the red.
Nice hack weight will get you.
This is the first of Gina's skip stones. I think the Swiss team's skip disappointed there. She came down.
She's not far away with this one. It's coming down nicely. Mr. Carroll.
It's a nice weight she's got.
It's a very nice
That's
shot
a
from
lovely
Gina.
shot.
Wonderful shot. Manny not lifting much, got to come down and freeze that. Live
Tough
shot.
shot now, she's got to make her draw right to the button. She's got the line to it though.
She makes this, will make Gina's last stone a very difficult draw. There's a stone on the way down. Supers are on it. Maybe swinging a bit too much, I think.
This has got to be really perfect, this stone.
On the guard.
The weight's looking quite nice though.
Don't think she's far away with it. She's pretty close.
Weight's really good.
Oh,
It's unfortunate.
unlucky there. Hard lines. That's
Unfortunate, it's Gina 1.
Sounds great on the live feed, because watching it on the iPad sounds tremendous.
So, well done to Team Bruce Mouat and Team Gina Aitken for winning the Braehead European Junior Curling Tour leg. Thank you all for listening this afternoon. I hope you've enjoyed our commentating.
I've been Robin Bowden. Thank you for listening.
And I'm James Carswell. Thanks a lot for listening. Good afternoon.